سلام به تک تک شما عزیزان. من لیلا هستم and today is the fourth session of learning Persian alphabets in our world of Farsi. In this video we will learn 4 more consonants and guess what? Yes, we will start making sentences with to-be verbs. So stay with me for 20 more minutes. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, just click on the globe down here and subscribe. If you also click on the bell, whenever I post a new video, you will get notifications. So now let's start with our first consonant, le. And here we have my favorite letter. Do you know why? Because my name has 2 of these letters in it. Can you guess what is this letter actually? Yes, this is le. Le. Le as the English words love, goal, or as Layla. So, how do we write it? Do you remember ke? Do you remember how we used to write it? Yeah, we start from here downwards, so we make this vertical line and then to the left. Le, when it comes in the beginning of a word, is exactly like ke, but this time without the tilted line. So we start from here, we go downward, and then we make it like to the left. So as the initial letter, and when we want to write it in the middle, we write it in this shape, and when le comes at the end of a word, we start again with this vertical line downward, and here we make half of a circle, exactly like ne, until here. So I write it again for you. We start from here, we make a vertical line and then half of a circle upward. Now let's get to the examples. For le, we have 2 examples here that are also frequently used in Farsi. So, lip, lab. Repeat after me. Lab. So, we start with le in the beginning. La with the short vowel a, lab. And then comes be at the end. We write it longer than the be in the initial position. So lab. And the next word is lebas, clothes. Lebas. So again we start with initial le, the short vowel e, then comes be, le, then comes a, leba, and then the final letter is se. Se in the final position. So like this. Lebas. Repeat after me. Lebas. The next consonant is ve, like the English words pavement or vanity. We write ve exactly like o and u, so the shape is alike, but the sound is different. If you remember, we write o and u like 9. We start writing it again here. We make a circle here. And then we go downward to the left. Ve. And we write it the same in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of the word. Just bear in mind that ve can only be connected to the previous letters. So I show you once here. We start from here, we go upward and make a circle. And then once more from here, we go downward to the left. So we have the examples for ve, like the words misvak, مسواک. We start with a me, then mes, se with 3 jacks, and here comes ve, mes, vak, then the long vowel a, and finally ke. Mesvak. Okay, so we have me, the short vowel e, se, mes. Ve here is not the short vowel o, not the short vowel and the long vowel u, but the consonant ve. Mesvak. The next word is mive. Mive. Again, we start with me, then the long vowel e, mi, with 2 dots. Then here comes ve, mi, ve, ve. And finally, we have e, the isolated e, mi, ve. E is not connected to ve because ve does not take any letters from the left side. So we have 1 here and 1 ve here. Then we have here the j sound, like the English words major or jar. So look at carefully to my writing for the initial j. We start from here, we go a little bit upward to the right, and then we come downward, and then here to the left. When it is in the beginning or in the middle of a word with a dot underneath. So once more, I write it. I show you how to write it. So this is the beginning point. We start from here. Then we go downward to the right. From here to the left in a straight line. And then our dot. When we want to write J at the end of a word, we write it exactly like in the beginning, in the initial part. So we start from here, upward, then downward, then here we make half of a circle. And like this. And we put the dot in the middle. J. So I show you once more. The beginning part here. We go upward, then we change the direction to the right. Then here we make something like half of a circle with a dot in it. And pay attention, J, like many other letters, can be connected to the previous and to the following letters. Okay, look at the picture on the right side. What is it? Yes, rice. Berenj. Berenj. J. So J is at the end of our word. So we start writing it. Be in the beginning. Be. Then we have re. Bere. Then we have ne. Beren. And finally J. Berenj. Like this. Berenj. The next word is window. Panjare. Repeat after me. Panjare. So we start with pe. Then after that we have the short vowel a. Then comes ne, pan. Then comes j in the middle. So we connect it to both sides. Panja. And we have re here. Panjar. And finally e. Panjare, the isolated e, because re does not connect to the following letter. So we write it separately. We write e separately. Panjare. So here we had j, the consonant j at the end, and here the consonant j in the middle. Our last letter for today is ch. Repeat after me. Ch, like the words charity or nature in English. We write it in Persian exactly like j, but with a difference in the dots. So as I told you earlier about the beginning of j, we start from here, we go upward, then again downward, then to the left. But this time we have 3 dots underneath. Che. Once more, I show you with the color red. We start from here, this direction, again this direction, and then to the left. Pay attention, che has 3 dots. And when we want to end our word with che, and when we want to end our word with che, we start again from here, upward, then here, and then exactly like J, we make it like half of a circle. And again this time with 3 dots in it. Once more I show you with red. From here, upward, to the right, and then we make a circle here. Pay attention, che, exactly like j, can be connected to other letters from right and left. Okay, finally we have the examples of che, like the words chashm. I repeat after me, chashm. So we start with che. We write it like this, then with 3 dots. Then comes the short vowel a. Then here we have she, chash, with 3 dots. And finally we have me, chashm. So the next example is very international. Can you guess? Yes. Sandwich. Sandwich. So we start with se, 3 jacks, and then we connect it to a sun. We have ne, then we have de, then the short vowel e, and then comes ve. Sandev. Then comes the long vowel e, sandevi, and finally che at the end of our word. Sandwich, with 3 dots here. Now look at the printed version of the letters down here and repeat after me. Le, like lebas, lebas. Lab, lab. Ve as in mive, mive. Mesvak, mesvak. J like panjare, panjare. Berenge, berenge. And finally, che as in chashm, chashm. Here I must also add that chashm is the official Persian. In colloquial version, you just use the short vowel e, cheshm, cheshm. And the other word is sandwich, sandwich. I think now we've learned enough letters to start with to be verbs. We have here some sentences in form of a very short story in which to be verbs are used. Our narrator is a very cute, small, happy squirrel, and she wants to talk about herself and her friend. For the first time, listen carefully to the pronunciation and try to read the sentences. For the second time, try to make some pattern out of the sentences. And for the third time, repeat after it.
سلام، من سنجاب هستم. او سارا است. آنها لاک پشت هستند. ما همه در جنگل هستیم.
As you saw in our short story in Farsi, we conjugate our verbs with 6 different endings, depending on the subject and the person who is responsible for that verb. Pay attention to the following table.
من هستم. I am. تو هستی. You are. او است. He or she is. او in Farsi does not refer to any specific gender, so you can use it for both male and female. ما هستیم. We are. شما هستید. You are. آنها هستند. They are.
Now I would like to ask you something. من لیلا هستم. من در خانه‌ام. تو الان کجا هستی? Write it in the comments for me. This was our 4th session of learning Persian alphabets. What we've learned today actually was the written and formal form of using to-be verbs in Farsi. In the next video, we're going to learn some more consonants, and additionally, I will teach you how to naturally use to-be verbs in colloquial Persian. So stay tuned for the next video.